Hello everyone, my name is Andrea. I am an outdoor educator at Baxter Conservation Area. I am here today to talk to you guys about nature, so follow me. Let's go learn. So I'm here standing along the Fiddlehead Trail at Baxter to talk to you guys today about what animals do in the winter to survive. So when winter comes, we often think about how cold it is, that there's snow on the ground, that plants have died off, you don't see as many animals active outside. So what do animals do when this happens that helps them survive? There are three things I want to talk to you guys about today: the movers, the sleepers, and the tough guys. So we're going to start with the tough guys. So these are the animals that tough it out in the wintertime. They are active, they are looking for food, they usually have a nice, maybe warm fur coat that keeps them nice and warm on the cold winter days. So there's one I want to talk to you about right now that made all these big holes in this tree. So what kind of animal do you think makes big holes in trees? In this case, it was a woodpecker. In particular, it was the pileated woodpecker. The pileated woodpecker is our largest woodpecker, and they make these holes in trees to look for bugs. So in the winter, when it's cold, they need energy, and they get that energy from food that helps them survive. So they can find the bugs in these holes, eat them, and that helps them get through the winter. The one we want to talk about right now is up here in the tree. He's eating away at the bark off this tree, and we can see evidence of him on the ground here. We can see his poop, and we can see some bark that he has chewed off. This guy is a porcupine. Porcupines eat the bark on the tree, they sleep, and then they poop. And we can tell that they're in the area even just by the poop alone. So if you're going for a walk and you see poop on the ground, take a look around, especially up high, and you might see a porcupine. Those are one of our tough guys. The second adaptation I want to talk to you guys about that animals use in the winter to survive is migration. So when we think about winter, we think about how cold it is. Even as humans, a lot of us leave. We're like, nope, I don't want to deal with winter. I'm going down south where it's nice and warm and sunny for the winter. A lot of animals do the same thing, and that is called migration. And an animal that comes to mind is the Canada goose. So we see them flying overhead, honking loudly in their V formation, and in the fall they fly south where it's nice and warm and food is plentiful, and then in the spring they come back when it warms up here. And right now I'm standing in the wetland at Baxter, which is nice and frozen, but in the spring the snow will melt and there will be food for them, and they will come back and be able to survive in the spring and in the summer. So another animal that actually loves to migrate is the monarch butterfly. The monarch will actually make a trip of thousands of kilometers down south where it's nice and warm, where they have food, and they actually lay their eggs and reproduce down south, and the adults that come back the next year are actually the young of the ones that migrated. So that's another cool animal that migrates in the winter to survive the cold. The next adaptation I want to talk to you guys about is hibernation. So we refer to these animals as sleepers, but they're not actually sleeping. They are going dormant. So when animals hibernate, they are conserving energy to survive the cold winter months. They lower their body temperatures, they slow their breathing, their heart rate slows down, and that allows them to conserve energy to survive. So an example of an animal that hibernates in the winter is the groundhog. The groundhog has a burrow underground where they curl up in a ball and they hibernate for the winter. They lower their body temperature as low as maybe 3 or 4 degrees, so think of a bit warmer than a snowy day in the winter, and their heart rate drops from 80 beats per minute to 5 beats per minute. And these are adaptations they have that help them conserve energy to survive the winter. So hibernation is another adaptation that animals use to survive the cold. Thanks everyone for joining us today. I hope you guys had fun. We'll see you next time.